So the iOS 11.1 public beta was just announced by Apple, and in this video we're going to be checking out the new updates which this new version brings to us. So let's get started. The very first changes in iOS 11.1 are in the lock screen itself. So if you notice really close, when you open the camera from the lock screen, it no longer simply slides, it pops in. So if you just notice now, yeah, that animation. So the animation while opening the camera from the lock screen has changed. I'll just do that again. There you go. It basically pops out onto you. So that looks amazing. That's really good. It's just better than a simple plain slide, right? And the next update which I could observe is when you type in the wrong passcode. There we go. So if you remember in iOS 11 and 10, before these 11.1 update, we used to get a haptic feedback, which means the phone used to vibrate when we entered wrong passcode, but that no longer happens. So I don't like that feature. I mean, I guess Apple will basically remove that because I don't think many people are gonna like that. So that is the second update in iOS 11. And even the third one is related to the animation itself. If you observe closely again, the unlock animation just got a little bit faster. So now you can see on your right that the animation was previously a little bit slower. In iOS 11.1 it has got like a tiny bit faster. So that is the other update in iOS 11.1. Now the next update which you will be able to see is when you 3D touch the settings, you have new designs here, so the new icons, so they look good as well. Now the next update is when you go to recent apps, like when there are no recent apps and you go to recent apps. So in iOS 11 you receive a haptic feedback when there are no recent apps and you still move to recent apps. So if I go here and clear this off, now I will receive a haptic feedback that there are no apps, which means my phone is vibrating whenever I double click the home button and there are no apps. So that haptic feedback is a bit delayed in iOS 11.1 and that feels really good. So that is the fourth new feature in iOS 11.1. Next feature is related to assistive touch. So if you just simply go onto the settings and type in assistive touch, so there it is. So if you remember that assistive touch basically used to open right in the middle wherever, no matter wherever it is on the screen. So now it's adaptable. So it basically opens wherever your hand or your finger is. So previously it used to open up right in the middle, as you can see on the right hand side. It's just opening right in the middle, but now it's adaptive. Wherever you go, it opens right there. So if I just drag it to the top, it'll open right there. It's no longer always in the middle. And in adaptive, in the assistive touch, you can see that there's the new logo for Siri. So that has been updated. Yeah, so that is what it is. So that was the new one in assistive touch. Next minor tweak is related to iBooks. When you move into iBooks and you notice these icons on the bottom, you can see that they are now filled with this gray color. Previously they were not filled with any color. They were just simply normal. Now they're bolder. So that is a new update. And moving on to the next one, that is related to restrictions. So now if I move on to settings and go to restrictions, so let me just search for restrictions. Yeah, there we go. Now I'll just type in my passcode and then you can see restrictions right here. So the camera icon on restrictions has been updated to the latest camera icon, the new camera icon. So yep, that has been updated. Whereas in iOS 11, it was not updated. So in iOS 11.1, it has finally been updated. So that is another new, not a feature, just another new thing in iOS 11.1. This minor tweak in iOS 11.1 is again related to the haptics. So when you connect your phone to power outlet, the phone will vibrate when it's connected to power. So that is the new feature. Of course I can't show you, you just have to feel it. So I would recommend updating to iOS 11.1. But there's a bug which I have recently found on this that is related to reachability. So if you know that when you double tap on the home button, all the icons move down for better reachability. but now they overlap with these icons. So if I double tap now, as you can see, the App Store and the YouTube Studio, all these overlap with the icons already on these, I don't know what you call these, whatever they are. So they overlap with these home icons, whatever you have. So they overlap. That is a new bug. So hopefully Apple is gonna fix that. They're probably doing it because of iPhone 10, because iPhone 10 has no home button, right? So how are they gonna be implementing this on iPhone 10? So yeah, they're trying out something new. So let's see what they have for us. And the 3D touch gesture to open recent apps is still not available in Android 11.1. So as you can see, even if I try, the 3D touch gesture just does not work. So I really hope that Apple adds that back, because that was a really cool feature, but now it's there. So I really hope that they add it back, but in iOS 11.1 it's not available. So yeah, let's move on to the other updates now. Next minor tweak is related to the notifications. Now if I just open the notification when I'm in an app, it's gonna pop rather than just simply sliding into that. So I'll just show you how that works. Now as you can see, it basically pops and brings me here, whereas previously it just basically used to give a slide animation and then move on to the app. So that is another feature in iOS 11. So it's basically all about the user experience. So yeah guys, that was pretty much it for today's video, and if you liked the video, please do hit the like button, and if you loved it, please do subscribe and share it with your friends to let them know about this newest iOS version 11.1. I'll see you in the next one.